Hey, it's the John and Chase Show.
All right, we're back for a long-awaited return to the John and Chase Show. We took a week or two off because we've both been a little bit busy with work. Before we get started, I was, of course, spending my morning flipping through the news trying to get caught up on things, and man, I got bad news for Game of Thrones fans. Have you heard about this, John?
No.
We were expecting the final season to return in April of 2019, and it can now be possibly 2020 before we see the final season, which is a big letdown to me as I've been counting down the months to the return to Game of Thrones for the final season.
See, that's just stupid of them because I'm just going to move on with my life. I'm not even going to watch the final season if it's 2020.
I'll definitely watch it if it's in 2020 because I got to figure out what's going to happen.
I'll move on with my life by then.
But I was super bummed, and it all comes down to the Emmys nomination, or I think in order to be nominated for Emmys, which of course they want to be nominated for the final season, you got to air all episodes in the season finale before a certain date, or you have to wait for the following year. And so there's a chance we could get it July of 2019, but they're saying it's probably 2020. But I also learned this morning, real quickly, did you know that HBO has given the green light to a Game of Thrones prequel?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's been a thing
old
for
news,
like
right?
a year and a half.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So they said there's 4 of them.
Yeah,
I
think they have it narrowed down even more than that now.
Well, they said that there's 3 that are still on the table, but they've given the green light on one that's a prequel about the Valerian Empire. You know all that?
Yeah.
Why have you? I mean, you can keep me up to date here, brother. Come on now.
I mean, you can read the internet just like I can.
You let's be honest. You read the internet a little bit more than me. All right. That's what I found out this morning. It's kind of a bummer.
That is a bummer.
Yeah. So, like I said, we've kind of been off the radar. Well, we haven't been off the radar. We've just been off our podcast routine. But last weekend we took a little trip. Had to go check out a new baseball field because John likes a good road trip.
Yeah. I need those once in a while.
Yeah, I do too.
Especially because I moved out into the middle of nowhere, and what we call a big city is Kansas City.
John,
there's nothing big about Kansas City.
John does raise a good point with our geographical location here in El Dorado, Kansas, that really the closest big city is Kansas City, and that's not too big, although they do have a professional football team and baseball team.
Do they? Who's the professional football team?
Oh, I mean, you can talk smack. I don't care. I don't like the Chiefs, so you're not going to hurt me.
Oh, yeah, that team that blew that big lead in the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we were talking about something.
How are your Eagles doing in the
Hey, I ain't
preseason?
sweating it.
No, really?
No,
Give us a quick update.
Nope, I'm not talking about the preseason.
Oh, we're not talking about it?
Nope, I'm hoping Carson Wentz comes back and returns the MVP for him. Otherwise, it's going to be a long year.
I mean, it looks for me like the Browns are going to have a hell of a season.
Actually, I do think the Browns will have a good year.
You do?
Yeah, I think everybody's underestimating the Browns. I think the Browns are going to play second in that division.
Really?
Yeah, I'll book it. I think the Steelers will win that division. The Browns will play second, above the Ravens and Bengals.
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting to see if that plays out.
I 100% believe it.
So, anyways, we went to Minneapolis last weekend. Quick trip up to go to a Twins game. Detroit was playing. Had a good time. I was looking. I recorded some stuff on my phone that I was going to play in this podcast, but there's just too many things we might have to bleep out that I figured it's better to just tell you about the trip than try to relive it with you. So we went and checked out Target Field. I liked that stadium. It was a nice stadium. Wasn't my favorite, but it was nice. I think John was more impressed with the basketball arena.
No, I just like the location of it. I like those downtown ballparks more than I like your out in the woods, middle of nowhere ballparks.
Having a skyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also the walk up to the stadium, you're walking through the city and things like that, and it usually comes out of nowhere because it's surrounded by tall buildings. Like, you can't see it a mile away. Like, you can, like, if you're walking up to the Kaufman, which you can see Kaufman the second you turn because there's nothing there but Arrowhead and Kaufman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of enjoy those ballparks like that. Plus, you have the view, which the Twins view from the left side of the bleachers to the right side of the bleachers is completely different. Like, you actually get to see the skyline, looks gorgeous, and then you're looking at like just this dump of a whatever on the other side.
Yeah.
Because we switched seats halfway through.
Yeah, we were going to jump around a few times, and it definitely switched things up. No, I liked it. Do you have your list on hand? Your favorite? We were kind of John's more on top of his list of stadiums and ballparks that he's been to. But I kind of started to make my list, and we were talking about some of our favorite stadiums or ballparks that we've been to. I think without pulling mine up, my top one, of course, is Wrigley. It's just got that nostalgic old school feel. I like that it's kind of in a neighborhood versus, around a bunch of businesses and all that. You got your list pulled up?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a rundown, your favorites. Give us an overview.
My favorite's Petco in San Diego. It's kind of, like I said, it's in that city. So you have the skyline, but also it's an easy walk. It's surrounded by a bunch of cool places to eat. The convention center's right there. You can't beat the weather. The weather in San Diego is gorgeous. So sitting down watching a baseball game at night in 75-degree weather with a nice breeze from the ocean or the bay, whatever's right there, you can't beat that. So that's why Petco is my favorite. Plus they have the warehouse in the left field, which they use for their suites. They renovated it, and whenever you take an existing building and you build a stadium around it, I think that's way cooler than building a brand new stadium.
Yeah.
So that's why Petco was number one. Wrigley was probably number two. I thought it was really cool. I didn't have a very good experience when I went in. It was a really hot day. I sat in the bleachers.
When you say you sat in the bleachers, those are.
If you don't know what the Wrigley bleachers are, you don't know baseball.
Well, I mean, you're talking about.
They're in the outfield.
Yeah. Are you referring to the ones that are in the outfield or the ones that are back on like above the bars?
No, in the outfield.
Okay.
Yeah. So the actual Wrigley bleachers.
Yeah.
Like underneath the scoreboard.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because they're also like in the past 10 years built, and you're referring to the bleachers, I guess. But they built all those additional bleachers on top of those bars that...
Those aren't bleachers. Those are seats.
Those are seats?
Yes.
Oh. I obviously wasn't sitting out there when I had my Wrigley experience, so...
Yeah, so the bleachers are actually bleacher benches.
Gotcha.
The rooftop seats
I obviously don't know much about Wrigley.
That's okay. But no, I wasn't sitting in that. Because that wouldn't count as being in the game.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's not part of the stadium.
Gotcha.
Gotta teach this guy everything. After that, it probably was Target Field. I really did like kind of the area around it. And then probably Busch Stadium. I wasn't as big of a fan of Busch Stadium. I like the stadium feel, but I don't know. I think it was probably just the atmosphere of the night we were there. It was a rainy day. It wasn't as busy. The atmosphere really wasn't there. That I had heard, so Busch was kind of built up in my mind. I'm sure if I went back, I'd have a better experience. After that, I'd probably say it goes Globe Life in Texas and the Royals Kauffman Stadium. Those two are probably equal in my opinion, but I did not like Nationals Park at all, so that would be my least favorite.
So just real quickly, my top three, I'll just give you my top three. Of course, Wrigley was number one. I'd say number two for me is Yankee Stadium. I love going to watch baseball in New York. I love the whole vibe of everything. It feels very historic, even in the new stadium. I remember my first game was in the old stadium, but I've been in both. And that would probably be that'd for sure be my favorite. That might be close to Wrigley, but Wrigley's still number one. And then third was Busch for me. I think maybe because it surprised me, I liked it more than I thought I was going to. But anyways, we had a good trip. We stopped and ate on our way back at a place, and I can't remember.
Stackhouse.
So for the record, there's nothing in Iowa. I mean, nothing. We're in Iowa, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's Des Moines.
Well, there's Stackhouse.
Well, Des Moines. Des Moines, gorgeous.
West Des Moines. right?
Des Moines overall is gorgeous.
Yeah, we stopped in West Des Moines, and we were kind of shocked at how nice things were.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a beautiful city.
But aside from that, if you don't hit Des Moines, you're not going to hit much.
No, you're not gonna hit anything.
So we were trying to get breakfast on our way back, and we couldn't find, anything that we were used to.
Let me make something clear. Chase literally was driving, and me and Izzy were sleeping. And instead of waking us up and going, "Hey, let's stop at Cracker Barrel in West Des Moines," he just kept driving.
Your daughter doesn't like Cracker Barrel.
Well, we could have had her suck it up. She didn't like Fuddruckers either.
That's true.
That was terrible. Worst
I had a
decision.
great experience with Fuddruckers.
Worst decision of the trip.
Well, good decision with the choice. You just made a bad burger decision, but you should have just went a little bit more all-American.
It was disgusting.
Anyway, so John's looking for a place for us to stop, and he finds a Stackhouse. Stackhouse?
Yeah.
Stackhouse. He's like, they got good reviews. I think they had 2 or 3 reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we pull in, and this thing is a freaking... it's an old gas station, and we walk in.
We'll include a picture with the podcast so you guys can see it.
But the outside actually looks decent if we would have taken pictures on the inside, because they had all the refrigerators didn't work, and they had them the doors propped open and fans blowing out, and they had extension cords running in and out of the bathrooms. And anyways, there was a cook and a waitress and one other trucker that was in there, and we sat down and the menus were handwritten, and we were like, I thought this is bad, this is bad in the sense that I don't know if I trust what I'm about to eat, and this could go south. But surprisingly, the food was really good, and so it turned out to be. You just had to see it. I can't even describe it well, but.
Oh, it's definitely a place that you would probably just drive by thinking it was going to be terrible, but it was actually pretty good food.
But this is one of those things, I'm all about stopping off the beaten path and getting a mom and pa hole in the wall kind of place.
This wasn't a hole in the wall. This was a gas station.
This was sketchy.
It was like a gas station that all you did was switch the sign.
There wasn't necessarily a mom and pa feeling. We'll just say that. It was a...
it was a trucker's diner.
Yeah, but even... Yeah, it just, I don't judge a book by its cover. I'll just say that, because the food was damn good.
I don't know, those eggs were a little watery.
Your eggs were watery, mine were right on point, and I had the best French toast ever, so, I was cool with it, so. If you're ever driving through Iowa and see a little sign for a stack house next to a fireworks stand, get you some.
I don't even think we saw a sign. I don't think
we did either.
I don't think there's a sign.
So, last night, we grilled probably... John grilled most of it. A lot. 12, 13, a bunch of chicken. So John's making me do this 21-day nutritional challenge, which is going to be difficult for me because I like food. And John, John's famous words, food is not for enjoyment, it's fuel. So,
exactly.
Yeah. He obviously has never had my mama's cookies because I enjoy those.
You can't have any cookies.
Yeah, I know. So we're getting ready to do a 21-day nutritional challenge. There's something else I was going to say, update folks on, but I can't remember. What do you got going on this week?
I'm working.
Just work? Well, I figured you were working. You got anything out of the ordinary?
No, just working.
Just same old, same old?
Just always working.
Man, what else has happened in the past 2 weeks? Anything?
Lots happened, but nothing we need to talk about on the podcast.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that's just kind of a quick update on what's been going on. We'll kind of keep you posted on if I survive this 21-day nutritional challenge.
He makes it seem like I'm gonna make him eat tofu and all that. All we're doing is we're gonna clean up our diets a little bit because we've gotten a little rowdy since June, where if Chase wants a cheeseburger, he goes finds the most fatty cheeseburger and then it has ice cream afterwards and a milkshake and all that.
Hell yeah!
I've been doing kind of the same thing, so we're gonna just focus a little bit more because we've been working hard in the gym and we want to make sure we're getting the best out of our results. So we're gonna, results are 80-20, nutrition to exercise. So we've been covering that 20% pretty well. but we've been ignoring.
80% is nutritional?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. You never heard that?
No. I mean, I know the 80-20 rule in fundraising, but I don't know it.
You obviously haven't been listening to me for the past
I listen to you a lot, brother.
8 months.
Always,
I know I've said that multiple times.
I have no doubt you have.
Yeah.
So...
But we're just gonna we're meal prepping a little bit. I'm sick of eating turkey sandwich with Rice Krispie treats and gummies and granola bars for breakfast like I was in the 4th grade, or for lunch like I was in the 4th grade. So we meal prepped. We're gonna have some chicken and rice every day this week for lunch, and probably for dinner a couple times because we probably overmade the chicken. We had a lot of chicken. I think we got like 16 or 17 containers full of chicken. So and
there's be lots of chicken,
lots of rice too. So we're gonna have that, but we don't necessarily need to completely stop what we're eating and all that. You know, I think being a little bit more purposeful with breakfast. You know, I usually grab my 2 chicken melts and walk out the door, but I think I'm gonna start trying to make a couple eggs and maybe some oatmeal for breakfast. At least the eggs, and maybe some wheat toast. Haven't decided yet. I started this morning with a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich. It was delicious.
I had a breakfast burrito from Sonic.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? We just have to rein him back in a little bit. He goes and gets Sonic for breakfast. It's on a Sunday. He's not in a rush. He could just make his own breakfast.
Require me making it, man. Anyways,
or he could have came over. I made everybody eggs in my house.
It'll be a good, and as you know from the very first John and Chase show, John makes a damn good breakfast.
I do make.
But no, it'll be good. I'm glad we're doing it, and I'm getting ready to jump back in the pool. You know, we made some goals at the beginning of the year, and I'm way behind on one of them, and so I got to get caught back up. But this will be good. So we'll keep you posted on that. We hope everyone has a good week. You got anything else to add?
Nope.
All right.
God bless the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.